What's up, y'all? It's Mike Fury here. Good to be back. Podcast, Addicts for Addicts, one day at a time. Want to thank my man Lopo for coming back into the scene. We back at it. So, first off, I want to start off with, Martin Luther King Day. It's my birthday, so just do a little tribute. So his speech is kind of long, so I'm not going to read his whole speech. I'm just going to, mine, what I got out of it, my main, message. Basically, I feel like Mr. King was saying all people are created equal, but not in the case of America at that time. That time was 1963. He spoke of Abraham Lincoln 100 years prior, speaking about equality for, men. Dr. King, I think he felt in order for us to have sustained success, we needed to get over that hump of, racism and all of that. And I guess look in 2021, we still haven't gotten over that hump. And just look at what the world is today. And it's amazing what he spoke about, or even that book 1984 by George Orwell. I think he wrote that in the 60s. They were able to predict where we would be as a country if we didn't get better. And we are there because we are not getting better. And I guess they say it gets worse before it gets better. It's been worse for way too long, so we need to get better. But one of the quotes I got from Martin Luther King that, resonated with me was, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. So, that right there for us recovering addicts, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about the things that matter. I stopped worrying about what mattered most to me. The drugs mattered most, and I got silent about it. And I got silent. I didn't tell people about it. I didn't open up about my feelings. I didn't say what mattered most. I just let it be quiet, and it got me to a bad place in my life. But it also got me to where I am today. So I guess it's kind of like a catch-22 with that. But with me today, being positive is very important for me. So like any negative situation, I'm going to have to find a silver lining. People say that's unrealistic. No, it's unrealistic. Staying negative and staying depressed for 15 years and popping pills and fucking doing coke and doing drugs and stealing. That's what fucking is insanity to me. But I also picked a quote because Martin Luther King spoke of Abraham Lincoln. There was a quote that I read, that I came across. I like, in this era of double thinking, when yarn passes as literacy, when scandal and apathy are the order of the day, it is refreshing to look back to another time and a man who stands above all the rest. Look at the life we live in right now. Look at our world. Double think. Jarring passes as literacy, scandal and apathy. Just look at reality television. Scandal, we love all that. This is where our mind's at right now. And this is why Dr. King wanted us to get over that hump so we could have success, but we're not there yet, and we need to get there. And I guess I put on the videos. I have my own I had a dream speech. I want to hear you guys. I had a dream speech. It doesn't even need to be a speech. It could be one line. It could be, if you close your eyes and you had a dream of how to make this world better, what would you want to take out of it, or what would you want to add to it? So, DM me 646-923-4711. Let me know. So a few of the ones I picked was I have a dream that people will put their personal bias to the side. So like Socrates says, whose bias are you searching for? So personal bias, like people hear drug addicts, first thing they think of is maybe the homeless person or bum on the corner shooting dope. That's not the case. I'm a drug addict. I know doctors that are drug addicts. I know stockbrokers. I know people that are making way more money than you and I that are drug addicts. So personal bias, people, the way they're brought up, their childhood, their environment, all of that takes, I guess, molds us to how we think of what the world could be. I wish in a dream that will not affect our assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Listen to someone with an open heart without judgment. This world would be a better place. And it would go back to what Dr. King was talking about and President Lincoln was talking about. We put our own personal bias and we make assumptions of people before we even meet them. First impressions, I understand, are important. But if I have a good first impression with you, why is that lasting longer? Why are you going to let me fuck you over more than if I gave you a bad first impression, but then I'm doing good things after that? It just doesn't, it's your bias. It's how we're looking at things. We need to change the way how we look at things. I needed to change the way how I look at myself. I needed to change the way I perceive myself. I needed to change the words. I'm going to get it to later in the podcast. I needed to change the words I use that I thought of myself, the words I used to describe myself, because that's how I ultimately portrayed myself, and that's how you're going to perceive me, how I portray myself. So the words how we use is very important. The personal bias, the single lens theory. You know, like people. I was watching, I think, a storyteller from Africa, and very intelligent woman. She went to school in the States, and they automatically thought this woman was poor because she was from Africa. Because over here, that's what we hear. We see stories of, and that's not the case. So one of my dreams is that people would be able to put their personal bias to the side and just let someone be who they are and not judge who they are. So that's my next one. Different is not different. I wish being different was not being different. What I mean is, if you grew up in a house full of mechanics and you want to be a doctor, that's not being different. That's you being you. But unfortunately, in some families, that's being different. So when you're being different is hard because now you're going on a road that not many people take. So now that road is going to be hard because you got so many other people going the other way and you're going the opposite direction. And they're going to make you feel like shit. You don't want to know why they're going to make, because they wish they could do that. A lot of people wish they could be different. They just don't have the guts to do it. But when there's people like us that want to be different and we show guts, they want to bring us down. That's just the balance of life. Everything in life, there's a balance. Good, bad. Some people call it karma. Whatever you want to call it, there's always a balance. I wish different was not being different, because if society didn't make us feel like we were different, we would be able to blossom and flourish more, and we would be able to contribute to society better if you allowed us to be different. What if you told Einstein he couldn't do it here? Einstein was different. What if you told the Wright brothers, nah, we can't fly? What if you told these people they couldn't do things like that and they believed it? Where would we be as a society? So being different is not being different. You know what being different to me is? Following what everybody else is doing. That's what being different is. You know what I'm saying? Being yourself is not being different. So I'm telling you right now, be yourself. I don't give a fuck what your family says. I don't care what your wife says. I don't care what your kids say. Because at the end of the day, you can't help any of these people. We can't help nobody if we don't help ourselves. And then the last part of my dream is, I got it from my man Lopo, being transparent. Just being able, like what I'm doing right now, transparent. Some people say you're an extrovert, you know what I'm saying? And then they label it, oh, you're an introvert. I think that's just giving someone sympathy. Telling them that an introvert is giving them sympathy. You give an addict like me sympathy, say I stole from my mother tells me it's okay, I'm going to steal from her again. If you tell me, Mike, don't worry about the relapse, you know what I'm saying, I'm a relapse again. So the sympathy with me does not work. So if you fall, I'm not helping you up. But when you get up, I'm walking with you. I'll cry with you. I'll make mistakes with you. And I'm not going to, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say that I'm not no recovery guru. I'm speaking on my own experiences. I'm speaking on my own depression. I'm speaking on my own struggles. And I'm sharing it because I know how much this is helping me, how much the videos Inspire is helping me. And I know I'm not the only addict that this is going to help. So I'm just trying to inspire something inside of you to let it out. Be transparent. But you know what? We need empathy. Feel for me. I will feel for you. If you fall, I will feel for you. I will stay there until you get up. I will not put my hand out and help you up. Sorry. If you're looking for that, then I'm the wrong person. But what I will do is when you do get up, we will fucking walk together, and best believe we're going to walk far. We're going to start running. We're going to do everything together. But the sympathy, stop sympathizing each other, man. Somebody dies, that's different. Someone dies in your family, giving the sympathy, that's different. Do not give sympathies for someone's fuck-ups. Do not give yourself sympathy for your own fuck-ups. You're going to justify it. You're going to just keep doing it. When I sympathized my fuck-ups, I justified it. And then I made it okay to keep doing it again and again and again. So I wanted to do a little segment on Dr. King. That's my, I had a dream. You know what I'm saying? I wish people could put their personal bias to the side. Difference, not different. We could be more transparent. Empathy instead of sympathy, yeah. All right? And the next segment is I'm going to get into a little bit about Inspire. Recovery is boring. I'm going to get into that because right now it's real boring for me. I'm going to be real honest with all my feelings on the next segment. Thank you, guys. Hey, what's up, guys? Mike Fury back here. Podcast, Addict for Addicts, one day at a time. So, yeah. So what do I want to get into? So basically what I've been dealing with is the recovery's getting boring. And whenever I go through a feeling, whether it be, boredom or angry, I'm going to get into a little more. I did some research about feelings and sides like that. But there's a quote, Mike Tyson. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, right? So, inspire to inspire. Where are we going with inspire to inspire? So when it first started, it was really just something to get me going, something to keep me going. I have an addictive personality, the boredom. I needed something to keep me going. So then unfortunately, Lopo got COVID. At that time, we were doing these podcasts weekly. It was really the only thing we were doing. There's really no videos. So now I had to keep myself busy. So inspire to inspire. Where are we on now with inspire to inspire? This is where we are. I'm don't take this as arrogance, please, and don't take this as me being naive. This is just my dream, and this is what I'm gonna go for. And if you don't like it, kick rocks, basically. So you have AA and NA. I know I always say it. They're the major leagues, right? And then you have us, Inspire and Inspire, the minor leagues. Nobody wants to stay in the minor leagues forever, right? So we all want to go. So clean and sober, my definition. I mean, this is my definition. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. But we should be able to have a difference of opinion and it not affect our relationship with each other. We should be able to speak about it. So clean and sober to me would inspire to inspire. Clean, sober, you're off everything. There's nothing in your system whatsoever. Clean, because I'm going through and I'm meeting a lot of people that are smoking weed, that can have a drink on the weekend. It don't affect it, and it doesn't get them back into their vice. So like, I was trying to think of a way to explain it to non-addicts and other addicts. Why do I think of clean and sober like this, right? So yeah, it's a gateway drug. We know all this, and I know hearing it from your end, it might sound like I'm just trying to justify what I'm doing, and I'm really not, because I've thought about this a lot. So mindset, right? I used to do drugs in order to do everything. Wake up, I popped a pill to get my day going. I needed to clean the house, pop the pill, laundry, pop the pill, have sex, pop the pill, so on, etc. Right? So with the weed now, I'm not waking up and smoking weed so I can go to work. I'm not smoking the weed so I could go do other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm not smoking the weed to enhance something I'm doing already or something I need to get done. The weed is anxiety. I'm smoking. I'm not smoking to where I'm like obliviated. I'm not smoking it where I'm around people, but it's still something that's in my life. So I'm meeting people that are smoking weed, and I understand with NA and AA, you know what I'm saying, that their doors are, say open for everybody, right? But, if you're on methadone, you can't go AA. I don't understand the difference between the two. I don't understand why one makes fun of the other. All of that being said, Inspire isn't just looking to have drug addicts involved. I want gambling addicts. I want sex addicts. I want PTSD. I want depression. I want eating disorders. The reason being is, say we're in a Zoom meeting, which Inspire is going to start having Zoom meetings soon. And, the format, we're going to come up with the format. Like how NA has a format of the, we're going to start off, we're going to go run with it, and everyone that participates in the group is going to have a say on the format. And then as well as the speaker. I understand NA and AA, they make you have to have a certain amount of clean time to be able to speak about it, which is fine. That works for them. Here, you could go get high yesterday, but if you want to be a speaker at one of our groups, you will be a speaker. Because you know why? Because for me, the most important person is the active user, for many reasons. One, for me to have my YETs, right? YETs are an acronym, you're entitled to. So it brings me back to the pain and desperation I had that helped me ultimately get to where I am today. So they're the most important. And reason being, they need the most help. And I understand wanting to have somebody get clean time to talk. But you know what I'm saying? Positive affirmation does work. And, that's something I really want to start implying here at Inspire to Inspire. So basically, the doors are open for everybody, any type of addict.
Any type of person struggling.
Facts. See, once in a while, you'll get Lobo, throw a little something in there. But anyone struggling, anything, addict, non-addict, because we're not different. We all wake up, we all put our pants on the same, and some people, all right, so you're a drug. If you drink coffee every day and I take coffee out of your life, how do you think you're going to feel with that? You know what I'm saying? If you are a worker and you work every day and I tell you can't work for a month, you got to go sit with yourself, how are you going to feel? So like, going back to I had a dream, the assumptions, the personal bias. Like if we could start to put that to the side, we could start letting people into our life. Because once I start telling you someone's an asshole long enough, And I keep say Lopo. Lopo's an asshole, Lopo's an asshole, Lopo's an asshole. At first you don't hear it, but after a while I keep saying it and you start to see some of his actions, you're going to start thinking he's an asshole just by his actions because I put that thought in your head. That's what we got to start getting rid of. But Inspire just started as, something for me to have to do. But it's so much more than that, and I have to appreciate, and I have to say thank you to everyone that watches these, everyone that doesn't watch them. I appreciate you too, because you make me want to make these videos more. But you see how my mindset is changing it? My mindset's changing how I look at everything. I'm still selfish like I was an addict, but my selfishness now is with gratitude. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, when I woke up and didn't have money and that motivation to go get money and get high, we still have that motivation. But if you change your mindset, that motivation to go to, you know what I'm saying? If you give recovery a chance, recovery gives you a chance, but you have to give it a chance. And us addicts, I understand instant gratification. We did drugs, we felt the drugs right away. This recovery process is slow, and this is why maybe I'm where I am right now. So the one thing I'm struggling with is recovery is boring for me right now. And what I mean is, I was looking back at it, and I think I took being sober kind of like the drugs. Like when we first started taking drugs, it gave us that euphoria. It gave us a feeling like, oh my God, this is great. Like I'm never gonna stop, right? So now I'm talking to my addicts. When we first got clean, don't tell me that feeling wasn't the same, because it is. It's that euphoria, like, oh my God, this is great. And then what happened with the drugs after a while? They got boring, but we kept doing them because it's a disease. It's a vicious cycle. The only difference is that when recovery gets boring, we don't stay with it like we did with the drugs when it got boring. We go back to the drugs because now it's boring. So for me to, I guess, not have recovery be boring, one of the things that's main with me is feelings. And I know we don't like to talk about feelings. I don't even like feelings. When I first started getting clean and sober, I was crying at fucking dog commercials, I'll be honest with you. I don't like feelings. People ask me what's one of the hardest things to do sober. My first answer is being tired. I don't like being tired. So being sober, as soon as I get tired, boom, first thought, pop a pill, Mike. And this is every day. So if you're a non-addict and you're watching this, you got to understand that we go through this all day, every day. So just imagine yourself waking up, fighting a battle that you know you're going to have to fight the day after, and say you're having a bad day. So now what do? You're having a bad day, the bad day leads to another bad day, leads to another bad day, and you just give up. So to understand the disease, to understand my disease and how it affects me, I need to understand my feelings, but I needed to do some research, because just saying I'm angry or just saying I'm sad ain't enough. Why am I angry? What's the exact feeling that's making me angry? What's the signs of behavior? Because I need to address things when they happen, because when I put them in the back burner, it's just like running away from my problems. When I ran, I got away from it at the moment, but then when I got tired and I stopped, I had all these problems hit me at once. And then what happened? You take drugs and you keep running. You take drugs and it just keeps going and going. I'm fucking tired of just thinking. I'm tired of fucking saying it, but it has to be said. And another thing, can't get annoying knocking yourself out of a door. Can't get annoying fighting through the battle. It can't get annoying. It can't get tiring. You can't have that mindset with it. You have to be, instead of saying I had to deal with not wanting to take a pill 8 times a day, I have to say, well, you know what? I got through it 8 times today. See, just that one word changes the whole perspective of my whole outlook on it. You can't get tired of fighting this battle. And you know what? We are going to get tired at times. So now what do you do when you get tired? What's your support system? This is why meetings are important. Even though AA and NA, some of them I go to, I don't agree with it. I'm not there for that. I'm there for the structure, for the discipline. Right? So they say 90 meetings in 90 days. I tried it. I couldn't do it. I'm not even going to try to make an excuse. I have other things going on. Shit happens. Life happens. But the one thing I made sure I did was keep 2 days and keep them 2 days. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I go to meetings. I try to make more, but every week I make sure I hit Tuesday and Thursday. It is important for me as an addict to keep structure, to keep discipline. When I leave my apartment and I don't make the bed in the morning, not a good look. When I leave the apartment, I don't throw the garbage out in the morning, not a good look. When I start taking out these little things in my life, then it starts to build. Just like if you start lying to yourself and saying that you could do this, that lie will start to, marinate, and it'll start to go like just for the rest of today. That's what Inspire is about. You have just for today with NA and AA, major leagues, remember, minor leagues, Inspire. Just for the rest of today. So if you woke up and you had to go to a methadone clinic, just for the rest of today. That's what I did. I went to a methadone clinic and I wouldn't get high the rest of the day. And you know what that helped me? That helped me be a little more on point during the day. It helped me make a little bit better decisions. Remember, decision comes first, then the choice, right? Your body decides you're hungry, then becomes a choice of what you're going to eat, right? You decide you want to get clean and sober, then comes the choice of how you're going to do it. Rehab, detox, whatever the case may be. So the decision is first, then comes with the choice, right? So I had to make better decisions. How do I make better decisions? I had to not go through the rest of the day. I just had the methadone. I would sleep better at night. I woke up better, in a better mindset. I didn't have to wake up or be up throughout the whole night because I was doing coke, and then go to a methadone clinic at 5:30 in the morning and rush to it, or be on the train, or not have money for the car service, or be on the train sweating and going to withdrawal and bubble guts and having people look at me a certain way. And you know what? I tolerated it. I no longer tolerate underachieving. So what are you tolerating in your life that you don't want to tolerate no more? What did you tolerate during your active using that helped you stay in that active using? And just don't think of these things. Like, I write everything. Look, I'll show you. Right? Like, I write everything down. Like, everything gets written down. Like, there's nothing I don't write down, because in between these 2 years is not a good place for me. When you say something out to the universe, I do believe it comes back to you. I really do. So getting in touch with my feelings is hard. Was hard, is hard, still hard. But one of the things I did with the research is, with everything being boring, I'm going through certain feelings. So the feelings I'm going through, while I guess maybe the last week or so, it's just get really, really boring. And you know, I'm doing some great things. People, Mike, you're doing great. But there's times I don't feel like it. So why don't I feel like that? And this is what I ask myself. Like, you know, Philly, Thompson Square, you know, Harlem. Like, there's so many things. Like, if I was looking at somebody else doing this, I'd be like, wow, they're doing fucking great. But then I look at myself and, like, I don't even feel like I did anything, y'all. Like, I'm being 100% honest with y'all. I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. I don't feel like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I feel like this, but it doesn't consume me. So don't get, like, you know, like, I'm feeling it. Like, you feel the feelings, you talk about the feelings, you don't let it consume you. Like, I have the time of day, I deal with it, and then life still goes on. But, so, the feelings I'm going through with boredom, well, not boredom, with recovery being boring, right? One of them is jealousy, right? I think the jealousy of the old me, and hear me out for a second, because this is fucking wicked. I'm jealous of the drug addict me right now. Jealous of him. That motherfucker was having a really good time. That motherfucker did whatever he wanted. He didn't have no responsibilities. He had nothing to think about. He had nothing to worry about. The only person he had to worry about was himself. Like, I'm jealous of that person right now. Why am I jealous of that person? And then there's feelings that are related to the jealousy, right? Bitter. I'm definitely bitter. And then distrust is one of the signs of behavior that comes with bitterness. And then frustration. So the sign is distrust and the behavior is frustration, right? So lately I have been frustrated. And I'm wondering, why am I frustrated? Like, no one's bothering me. I'm frustrated because somewhere in here, I don't think I've fully let go of the drug addict me. I don't know if I've really let him go. I don't know if I'm still not, how do I say this? I don't know if that person's still not in me. He's in me, always will be. But I mean a real drug addict, the user drug addict. Like, so, like, I'm jealous of him. Doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and pop a pill, but I need to talk about this because I need to let it out. And then once I let it out, I'm good. But then I'm also feeling love, which is weird. So this, I guess, is just the daily thing, right? So love. So one of the feelings I'm feeling, affection, caring for another person, feeling vulnerable. So affection is the emotion. The sign is caring for other people, and the behavior is vulnerability, right? Caring for other people. That's my whole life right now, is everyone else. But it's not everyone else. We're putting a mic on the back burner not to take the focus off of me. That's not why I'm doing it this time. The other time, but caring for somebody else. I caring for somebody else is hard, and actually meaning it, and actually having affection and being vulnerable. Being vulnerable meaning putting myself out there, right? So I was vulnerable with VA, right? VA, remember I was supposed to do VA in New York. The woman I was supposed to do VA with, remember, I chose this life. So I can't get mad at anybody that doesn't help me through this life, or someone that says they are going to help me and don't help me. I chose this life. So you know what? Obstacles are the path. They're not meant to deviate you from the path. So the obstacle I had to deal with VA is the woman bailed out on me the night before. So remember, excuses will always be there, opportunity won't, right? And I know I put out on the internet I was going. I had to keep my word. I got mad at this fucking lady, and then I stopped for a second. I chose this. So if you want to make it happen, then make it fucking happen like you made it happen when you wanted to get high. So what I did, I made some calls. I have a friend named Abigail. Abigail, what up? What up, PA? What up, Philly? And the opportunity I got by not making the excuse, because I could have made the excuse, could have went online, guys, listen, you know, the woman from VA, that, and you might have understood, but you know what else would have happened? It would have been like, look, there's that drug addict Mike again, because that was my first event. And it had to fucking happen. It was a must-have for me. I must have this. So I met Abigail, and the opportunity I got was I met Sarah from Savage Sisters. Sober house, great movement. And then I got to witness Kensington, PA. I can't turn my head on what I seen there, y'all. And if I would have took a video, it would have been berserk. I'm telling you, like, it was just block after block after block. It was like a fucking movie. People shooting up on the block, like right there on the sidewalk. Families walking by, shooting up. I'm handing out fentanyl strips and Narcan. They're taking it with pleasure because they want to make that next bag, and that's that life right now. And I can't turn my head to it. So I know I care for other people more than I ever did, because everything I do is for other people. But doing it for them brings back something in me. Because remember, I said I was selfish in the beginning of the podcast, still like an addict. The selfishness I need to feel is gratitude. And gratitude you can't feel as an addict, because all you do is take. But once you're able to help others, that feeling of gratitude, like I said, I think I took my sobriety like it was when I was getting high. Like I ran with it. I was addicted to it. I fed off it. It gave me energy and motive to do other things in my life. And I think that's why it's boring now, because I'm used to this life now. And I think at first I might have took the wrong direction as far as mindset goes. You know what I'm saying? I made it my life. I made it the driving factor in my life. So my question is to you guys, you know, DM me 646-923-4711. Is there such thing as good addictions? And if there is, what are some good addictions? So hit me up on that one. But going into sadness, and there's a lot of them. Depressed. The sign of being depressed is apathy. The behavior is negative thoughts. Negative thoughts. I mean, every day I wake up, I want to take a pill. But my negative thoughts I'm not doubting myself. It's just, I don't want people to think that I'm out here being fucking great at this. And I don't want people to see the videos. There's videos in the morning. There's 60-second videos. They're motivational videos. I can still be motivational and still be going through something in my life, because that's what's making the motivational videos. That's what's giving me what to say on these motivational. These videos that you guys see in the morning, I'm talking to myself. Every single one of them I'm talking about. I might say we. I might say I'm talking to myself, because I need to hear myself say these things. Because when I say them in here, I forget them. I forget everything. That's why I need to write it down. That's why I don't write for the videos. The video, everything's from here, right? So for me, my higher power, heaven starts here, and then paradise will begin here for me. So I have to have heaven in my heart. And in order to have heaven in my heart, I got to be able to have affection for others and do things for others. One of the other feelings was disappointment. One of the signs is crying. Not really crying, but poor self-esteem. I don't have poor self-esteem, and I'm not crying. So maybe I'm not disappointed, right? So this is why understanding our feelings are important, because I thought I was disappointed in myself. I'm not, because the sign is crying. I'm not crying, and it's poor self-esteem. So the words we use to describe our feelings are very important. So I'm saying I'm disappointed, and I'm not, because I think that I'm disappointed. So look into things, do research, find out why you feel in a certain way. The feelings you're feeling, look them up, find signs, find behaviors. It'll help. We need to know how to express ourselves. We need to know what words to use, because ultimately I want to change the world's perception of an addict. I can't do that alone. It can start with me, but I can't change the world alone. I need you guys' help in order to change that. And you guys should want to help me change it. You should want people to look at us differently. You should want to make opportunities for the next addict, because you know what? There's always going to be an addict. While we're speaking right now, every 19 seconds, someone's dying from an overdose. Every 19 seconds. So you want to talk about a pandemic? Let's start talking about the fucking epidemic. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it wasn't disappointed. Then I found what I was really feeling. I wasn't feeling disappointed. I was down. Signs, difficulty concentrated. And then the behavior is sleeping problems. Bang. So I wasn't disappointed. I'm down. So now I know how to confront that feeling. Now I know how to go about maybe making myself better. Now I know how to speak about it. So now I can get better at it. We really have to get in touch with ourselves on the inside. And like Lobo said, transparency. That is fucking on point. Transparency, but not caring what other people think. So maybe if we took away our personal bias or your own personal bias about yourself, like Socrates, whose bias are you searching for, right? If you took away the bias, maybe you'd be able to be open. Stop fucking caring how many people looking at your Instagram or your Facebook. Stop putting up pictures like everything's fucking peaches and fucking cream. Stop, because you're just hiding you're limiting yourself. You're taking away from yourself. And at the end of the day, yourself should be what matters most. The perception of someone looking at your Instagram page like you're balling and you got no money in your pocket, what's the point of that? Where is that taking you? I'd rather look broke on Instagram and have money in my pocket. So start to get in touch with your feelings. Stop putting judgment on yourself. Listen to yourself without judgment. Listen to yourself. We talk to ourselves and we automatically dismiss it. You want to know why? Because the brain is a muscle. Brain is meant for survival. Anything that's uncomfortable, the brain is meant to stop us. That's why people don't work out. You have to have willpower to work out, because you know why? Because once that last push-up gets uncomfortable, how do you push through it? So now you're uncomfortable. So now your brain gets into effect. You got 5 seconds before your brain makes a decision for you and makes you stop doing what you're doing. The brain is meant for us to always be comfortable. Whether that comfortability is a good thing or a bad thing, it's meant to make us comfortable. So start to get in touch with your feelings. Be open with your feelings. Don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, because I'm telling you right now, there's people that were with me when I started this and they're not with me no more, and I'm sorry it's that way, but I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change the way I speak. I'm not going to change my thoughts. I'm not going to change it. What I will change is the parts of me that need to get better. I will not change me, who I am. We all know who we are. Remember, who you are and what you do are 2 different things. So you're not a fucking drug addict. That's what you did. Right? If you're a bus driver, that's what you do for a living. You're not a fucking bus driver once you punch out. You understand what I'm saying? So, getting real quick, finishing up. So, anger, right? So, I'm feeling some things of anger. So, I wanted to know what exactly is angering me or what. So, annoyed, aggression, raising voice, and yelling. Been getting into little arguments with people. And usually I'm real patient. People talk and anything. And I've been getting into little arguments with people over fucking nothing. You know, family members over nothing. And then I walk away from it and I feel like shit. You know, the guilt and shame, right? 2 different things. Like guilt is you do something, and in my definition, you do something and then you feel bad that you do. Shame, you do something and you look at yourself like I'm a piece of shit. Right? So it's making me feel shameful, frustrated, blaming, stern, harsh tone. Same thing with annoyed, kind of the same thing. And then anxiety. Right? So I have a question. What do you think comes first? Fear or being mad at something, right? So fear, the signs behavior is racing heart, right? All right. Mad, the signs behavior is increased heart rate. So a racing heart, I think, would come after an increased heart rate. The heart rate comes up and then it stays. So for me, I'm getting mad and then that's making me fearful. See how I'm able to start understanding how my feelings are going one into the other. Now I'm able to nip it right in the butt because I'm being able to be open with myself about my feelings. And I'm doing research into my feelings, not just saying I'm feeling a certain way or something. So now I understand when I'm getting fearful, I'm scared of something. Am I mad at something first? What am I mad at? Am I mad at myself? Am I mad at myself that I'm not going to accomplish anything? One of my biggest fears is, me and Lobo were talking about before the podcast, is being forgotten. But not being forgotten in an arrogant sense. Being forgotten where my higher power brought me on this planet, this world, and we all have talents. We all have something that God gave us. Sometimes we neglect it. Sometimes we don't even look for it. Sometimes we don't work at it. But, my biggest fear is I'm not going to leave an imprint. I'm not going to leave this world, a better place than when I came in. And that scares me. And then that fear, the racing heart, when things don't happen, I get mad, increase heart rate. See now how I'm starting to like understand myself a little better. So now I'm starting to understand my feeling. I'm starting to talk about it. I'm starting to understand it. I'm starting to be able to move forward now from it instead of making me stagnant. But the recovery being boring, I need to always reinvent myself. So my question is to you is, me reinventing myself, is that me just running away from something? Because I don't think I'm running away from everything, because these right here, this is my Bible, so to say. You know what I'm saying? This is what I refer to now. And if anybody wants, copies, email to them, 646-923-4711, or DM me. But the last one I want to talk about is because we spoke about mad, fear, being scared. Digestive issues is one of the signs. I didn't know that. So I want to know, has anyone ever got scared and digestively? So I guess scared the shit out of a cat. Isn't that one of the lines or something? Something like that. Cat scared. Something with shit and cat, I know. So when a cat gets scared, they do shit. I've seen it happen. And then shortness of breath. So the main thing I really want to get across is where Inspire is going. Our doors are open to everybody. The future, Vegas is coming up in February. We've been invited to go out there. There's a place in Vegas called Container Park. We've been invited to, start I guess piggyback on what they're going to start a chapter, I guess, in the sense of Inspire. And then after that, it's going to be New Mexico. New Mexico, we're going to link up with a girl named Shay. She works at a medical dispensary. Marijuana. She understands the science part of it. She's going to be coming on the conversation couch soon. But if there's anything that you get out of this podcast, get in touch with yourself. I know it's been said, and I know it goes in one ear, out the other. And when I mean by get in touch with yourself, free write. I like to free write. Take the pen and just start writing on paper. It doesn't need to make any sense. Just keep writing and writing and writing and writing. When you're feeling a certain way, just keep writing and then read it at the end of the day. But the transparency, like Lopo said, put away your own personal bias of yourself. Put away your personal bias of other people. Put it away. Don't let your single lens theory of something be your deciding factor of how you look at somebody or how you look at yourself. Don't look at yourself with judgment. We're our biggest critic. Put the judgment to your side and allow yourself to feel like shit. I'm allowing myself to feel like recovery is fucking boring right now. Because if I don't allow myself to feel these feelings, they're going to consume me. And once they consume me, that's it. They're going to control me and they're going to make my thoughts for me. So anything you get out of this podcast, sit down with yourself. Write down your feelings. But don't just write down you're mad. Find out what exactly you're mad at. Or find out, like here, anger, annoyed, enraged, frustrated, irate, irritated, mad. All those feelings have to deal with anger. So if you're angry, you're telling me you're feeling all those things? No way. You might be feeling one or two. Find out the signs of those behaviors. Find out when you're doing something. We get so used to doing something, so subconsciously doing things, that when we're doing things, we don't even realize that feeling is going to be coming. But if you can start identifying those feelings, those signs, you can nip the feeling in the butt and you can, be better at it. But what I do want people to hit me up is I do want to know if you guys feel that recovery gets boring for you. And if it does, how do you get through it? And again, podcast is back, hopefully once a week. Lobo's back from COVID. So hopefully, we'll be doing it once a week. But seriously, if any state, any country, if you guys are looking to do something, Inspire is there. Again, I'm not a fucking recovery guru, so the credentials, y'all can stop hitting me on whatever my credentials are. I'm not a guru. I'm not going to tell someone to go left. I'm not going to tell someone to go right. I'm not going to tell them to go straight. You're going to make that decision. I'll walk with you. You fall, I'm not helping you up. Remember, no more sympathy with this shit. Empathy. Stop feeling fucking bad for yourself, because you know what? The world don't fucking care. They don't. So stop feeling bad for yourself. Get yourself up, and then we walk together. Thank you for listening, y'all. Love you.